Hello, and welcome to this video about the Open SDG platform. I'm Lucy Gwilym, and I work on the UK SDG team, who use Open SDG for their SDG reporting, but also are one of the main contributors to Open SDG. I'm going to cover what support is available and how you can get further support if needed, and also demo how quick and easy it is to set up an Open SDG platform with some very small customizations. So firstly, here are some links to our resources where you should be able to find what you're looking for to set up and maintain an Open SDG platform. The Open SDG website is sort of like a portal to everything else. For example, it contains its own information such as news, events and blogs, but also links out to the documentation website and also to the YouTube channel where you can find our video tutorials. The Open SDG documentation contains many different pages covering things like what features are available, information for potential users, a list of current users and case studies from some of these users, as well as some written tutorials and technical information for developers. We have recently started creating videos to accompany the written tutorials we provide, as well as to showcase what's in the new releases. Finally, we also have the issues log on GitHub, which can be used to see what issues other users are having. For example, if they have come across a bug or want to request some new functionality. This can be really useful, as you can see if someone is experiencing the same issues as you or wants the same functionality as you. Anybody can create or comment on an issue as long as they have a GitHub account, but to browse issues, a GitHub account is not needed. I'm now going to outline some of the areas which might be useful to specifically new users or existing users. For helping countries decide whether the Open SDG platform is the right platform for them, we have a section in the documentation which covers what features and functionality is available. We also have a potential user section which contains some questions for potential users to consider, such as what is the structure and format of your data and metadata, and will you be reporting national indicators as well as global indicators? The answers to these questions may affect the way in which a country sets up a platform, so are important to consider before even getting started. The potential users section also provides a diagram of what creating an Open SDG platform entails. There are also case studies which existing users have written in order to give new and potential users insight to setting up and using an Open SDG platform from a real-life perspective. On the tutorial side of things, for new users, we have written documentation for setting up a platform and loading data and metadata. For existing users, they may be particularly interested in the news and events sections. This is where we post about new releases and outline what new features are available in those releases. For tutorials, again, we have the data and metadata loading, written and video tutorial. This is mentioned again here since it's an ongoing process. To know exactly what changes are in a new release, we have a section called Platform Updates in the documentation, and from version 1.2.0 onwards, we have videos demonstrating the highlights of releases. In order for countries to be able to upgrade to new versions to take advantage of new functionality, we also have tutorials for upgrading. These are currently in written format, but we will soon be creating a video to cover this process too. Finally, if you want to get in touch with the team for any reason, you can do so by contacting us at the email addresses shown here. This brings us to the end of the information about available resources, and I'll now get into the second part where I will show you how to create an Open SDG platform. Today we are going to cover how to create a data repository, a site repository, and how to configure them to create an empty platform. For this tutorial, we will use Ghana as an example. Throughout the demo, you will notice a stopwatch near the bottom right corner. This is to show how long the process takes. Where time is cut out whilst waiting for checks to pass or for the site to rebuild, time is added onto the stopwatch to account for this, so that the time at the end is an accurate representation. Before starting this tutorial, you'll need a GitHub account. If you do not have one, pause this video now and create one by going to github.com. You should now have everything you need to complete this tutorial. So let's get started by going to github.com and logging in. Once you have logged in, go to the Open SDG Site Starter repository and then click Use this template. From the drop-down list, choose which organization you want to create the platform in. As this platform is for Ghana, I'll select SDG Ghana, an organization I've created beforehand. If you need to create a new organization, then follow GitHub's guidance on how to create a new organization. Then give your repository a name and optionally a description, and make sure the repo is marked as public. Make sure to select the Include All Branches box, as this is very important. Now click Create Repository from Template. At this point, add a bookmark for this page so that you can come back to it later. This will be your site repository. Next, go to the Open SDG Data Starter repository and again click Use this template. Select the same organization from the drop-down, so in this case SDG Ghana. Give the repository a name and make sure it's marked as public. Again, make sure to select the Include All Branches box. Now click Create Repository from Template. Again, at this point, add a bookmark to this page for when you need to come back to it. This will be your data repository. Select Config Data YAML and click the pencil in the top right corner to edit the file. Here we just want to make a change that doesn't affect anything, so I will add a comment in the first line saying this is a comment. Scroll down and select Create a new branch for this commit and click Propose Changes. On the next page, click Create Pull Request. Wait a few seconds and some tests will begin. These tests will take a couple of minutes to run. Once the tests have passed, the Merge Pull Request button will turn green and you'll be able to click it. Now the tests have passed, click Merge Pull Request and then click Confirm Merge. You can then delete that branch. Next, we will navigate back to the site repository. You can either do this by using the bookmark you created earlier or by clicking to go back to your organization page and selecting the repository from there. Once you're back in the site repo, select config.yaml and click the pencil in the top right to edit the file. At the top of the file, you'll need to make some edits so that the site repo is configured to work with your data repo. Firstly, in line 8, change the text to the name of your repository, so in this case, site. Then in line 12, change opensdg.org to your organization's name and .github.io, and then change OpenSDG Data Starter to your data repo name, so in this case, data. You can also get this URL by going to your data repository, going to settings and scrolling down to the Github Pages section of the page and copying the URL from there. In line 16, change OpenSDG to the name of your organization and OpenSDG Data Starter to your data repo name. So SDG Ghana and just data for the second part. And then do the same for line 18. Scroll down and select Create a new branch for this commit and then click Propose Changes. On the next page, click Create Pull Request. Wait a few seconds and again, some tests will begin. Once the tests have passed, click Merge Pull Request and then click Confirm Merge. Then delete the branch. Now wait for the site to build. This can take up to 5 minutes, but you can go to the Actions tab to see progress and know when the site is ready to view. Once the top item turns green, click Settings and scroll down to the GitHub Pages section. You will see your site is published at with a link to your site. So in this case, it will say your site is published at sdg-ghana.github.io/site. Click this link and you'll be able to see your empty Open SDG platform. If you click on Goal 1, you will see that one indicator is reported. This is indicator 1.1.1, which will currently show some dummy data. We now have an empty Open SDG platform for Ghana. So next we will carry out a couple of steps so that it is more obvious which country this platform belongs to. We will cover how to specify the country's name on the home page. So instead of saying our, it will say Ghana. And how to change the site logo to customize it to include either a flag or logo. So let's get started with specifying the country name. All of these changes will take place in the site repository, so navigate there. Once you are in the site repo, open config.yaml and click the pencil to edit the file. Scroll down to the front page goals grid section and edit the sentences to how you would like them to display. I'm just going to make the basic changes of changing our in both the title and description to Ghana and Ghanaian respectively. Then scroll down to the bottom of the page and select Create a new branch for this commit and start a pull request. Call the branch something like Edit Goals Grid Text and then click Propose Changes. On the next page, name the pull request and then click Create Pull Request. You'll now need to wait a couple of minutes for the checks to pass. Once the checks have turned green, click Merge Pull Request, click Confirm Merge, and then delete the branch. You'll then need to wait another couple of minutes for the site to rebuild in order to view your changes. To monitor the build and know when the site is ready to view, go to the Actions tab and wait for the top item to turn green. Once it turns green, go to your site and refresh the page. You should see that the text has now changed to what you specified in the config file. Now we will move on to changing the site logo. So return to the site repository and this time go into the Assets folder. Within that, go into the Image folder. The SDG logo PNG here is what controls the site logos. So we want to replace this with our own image. So I will open up my file directory and then drag and drop my new logo into that image folder. Be careful to ensure that the file you are uploading is named exactly as shown. The name is case sensitive, so check that too. Once the file is finished uploading, name the commit and select Create a new branch. Name the branch and then click Propose Changes. On the next page, click Create Pull Request, and again you will need to wait a couple of minutes for the checks to pass. Once done, click Merge Pull Request, click Confirm Merge, and then delete the branch. Again, you can go to the Actions tab and wait a couple of minutes for the site to rebuild. Now the site has rebuilt, we'll go to the site and refresh. Here you can see that the logo has changed. This now brings us to the end. To summarize, we have covered how to create an empty Open SDG platform and how to make some small changes to give the platform a country feel. In total, this has taken us just over 20 minutes, but about 10 minutes of that time was spent waiting for checks to pass or for the site to rebuild. As you can see, it's actually quite straightforward to carry out these steps. So if you want to follow this video to create your own platform, it will be available on YouTube along with some of our other videos. You can find them by searching for Open SDG on YouTube. If you have any issues or need more information about Open SDG, you can go to opensdg.org. Thank you for listening. Thank you again for the opportunity to present this video.